Long ago, in the ancient land of the Igbo people, there was a village called Agada. A village blessed with fertile soil, strong men, wise women, and the laughter of children. But beneath this beauty, a shadow lingered. Agada was cursed, plagued by unseen spirits and sorcery that tormented its people. Crops withered overnight. Children fell ill without reason. Yam barns turned moldy before the harvest. And on nights when the moon was full, strange shadows danced around the huts, and whispers rode the wind like voices of the dead. The elders knew this was no ordinary misfortune. It was a curse placed upon Agada by forgotten spirits, spirits angered by promises broken long ago. The diviners revealed the truth. Only a sword, hidden deep within the dreaded evil forest, could break the curse and drive away the spirits. But to enter the evil forest was to invite death. For no one who had ever gone there had returned. The forest was a boundary between the world of the living and the realm of restless souls. Yet, without this sword, Agada would surely perish. So, 7 men stepped forward. Each with his gift, each with his fear. They were chosen not by strength alone, but by the roles they played in the life of Agada. There was Obi the hunter, whose arrows never missed. Nko the warrior, fierce and unyielding. Okoro the wrestler, known for his unmatched strength. Emeka the climber, who could scale the tallest palm tree with ease. Chuka the drummer, whose rhythm spoke to spirits. Ifoni the flautist, whose melodies soothed even the fiercest hearts. And Ola the farmer, whose hands gave life to the soil. 7 men, bound by duty, bound by destiny. Their journey began at dawn. The villagers gathered at the square, silent, fearful, yet hopeful. The elders poured libation to the gods, and the 7 men set out, walking into the mouth of the dark forest where even the sun seemed afraid to shine. The evil forest was alive. Every tree twisted like a snake. Every shadow moved like it was watching. Every breath was heavy with fear. For days, they pressed on. Hunger gnawed at them. Strange voices called their names at night. Spirits tested them with illusions of home, of family, of food. Some nights, they wept. But still, they walked. The first trial came at the river of silence. The water was wide, black, and without current. But the air was heavy, as though the river itself was alive. The diviners had warned, no sound must be made when crossing. Not a word. Not a whisper. Not a single drumbeat. For the river feeds on voices. Speak, and it will pull you under forever. The 7 stood at the edge. The water reflected not their faces but strange shadows. Hands reaching. Eyes blinking from beneath the surface. Step by step, stone by stone, they crossed. Each movement echoed in their hearts like thunder. The silence was so deep, they could hear the blood rushing in their veins. But then, disaster struck. A branch snapped beneath Okoro the wrestler. The sound was sharp, too sharp. Instantly, a pale hand shot up from the water, clawed and dripping, reaching for him. Panic rose in their chests, but not a man dared scream. For to shout was to die. Then Ifoni the flautist raised his flute. He did not blow in the mortal sense. Instead, he summoned a melody of the spirit world. A music felt but never heard. A harmony that rippled through the unseen. The hand froze. The river trembled. Slowly, the pale arms withdrew, and the men crossed safely. When they reached the other side, the silence lifted, and they gasped for breath. Sweat drenched their bodies. Terror gripped their hearts. But the river had been crossed. Next came the hill of shadows, where fear took shape. Each man saw his darkest terror rise before him. The warrior saw himself defeated. The farmer saw barren soil. The drummer saw broken drums. But they pressed forward, leaning on each other, proving that courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it. Days turned into weeks. The evil forest tested them again and again, each challenge stripping away pride, forcing unity. Finally, they reached the heart of the forest. There, upon a stone altar, lay the sword of spirits. Its blade shimmered with a light not of this world, glowing as if forged by the gods themselves. But the sword was guarded. From the darkness rose the spirit of the curse, tall as the palm trees, with eyes like fire and a voice like thunder. It demanded sacrifice. The men knew one of them must give his life so the others could carry the sword back. They argued, they pleaded, but in the end, it was Ola the farmer who stepped forward. He said, "I have no strength like the warrior, no skills like the hunter, but I have love for my people. If Agada must live, then let me be the seed that dies, so the village may grow again." With tears and heavy hearts, the six watched as the spirit claimed him. His sacrifice unlocked the sword. The hunter lifted it, its light scattering the shadows of the forest. They returned to Agada, weary, broken, but victorious. With the sword raised high, the curse was shattered. The spirits fled, the land breathed again, and the village rejoiced. Yet, the people of Agada never forgot the price. Each year, they beat the drums, they played the flute, they told the story of the 7 who entered the forest, of the 6 who returned, of the farmer who gave his life so the village could be free. And so, the tale of Agada lived on. A story of courage. A story of unity. A story of sacrifice. For as long as the sun rises over the hills of Igbo land, the spirits will remember the 7 men of Agada, and the sword that saved them all.